How's it going, Mr. Lindstrom? Today we're going to be going over lesson 4.2 regarding the money market. So first of all, what is the money market? The money market is basically, it shows the relationship between interest rates here and the quantity of money here. The interest rates or nominal interest rates are basically your opportunity cost. It's basically what you could have earned at the time if you invested your money in something. And here at the quantity of money, it's basically how much money is in the economy that people are holding. So first of all, let's look at the money supply. What we know about the money supply is that it's a fixed thing. And the thing about it is that it's policy driven. It's by the government. It's not controlled by banks. It's not controlled by anything else. It's just controlled by the government. This way they can keep it fixed. And there's three things that can change it. You've got the discount rate, which is how banks loan money onto other banks, and the reserve rate, which is how much they have to hold themselves. So let's say if I had $10,000 and the reserve rate was 10%, I'd have to hold 10% of those $10,000, which would have to be roughly $1,000. Then you've got open market operations. This is buying and selling bonds. So the way you think about it is, let's say you have $1,000 in the money supply. So let's draw it out right here. $1,000. Okay. Let's say if the bank wanted to decrease the money supply, so move it this way, they would have to buy some bonds because that way they're moving money out of the money supply. So let's say they buy $100 worth of bonds. It would change the money supply from 1,000 to 900, ultimately shifting the money supply to the left. Now, let's talk about demand. So demand basically is your opportunity cost. It's what you could have earned if you invested due to the interest rates. The three shifters for this are changes in price level, which is basically, let's say the cost of buying a good was $6, now it's $3. You would want to buy that good because it costs less, which would change the demand to higher. The second is changes in real GDP. If the economy is growing and people are buying more, they'll need more money, which would means that the demand would shift to the right, ultimately increasing it. Let's say, in contrast, let's say we're doing during a recession. People would have to spend less because they would want to keep their money, which means the demand would shift to the left. The third, financial innovation. So let's say if there's a new way to spend money without holding cash, like let's say apps or credit cards, people may demand less money. So let's say if I went to a store and I wanted to buy something and they gave me a credit on it, I would ultimately be spending less money, which would decrease the demand to the left, which would ultimately bring our equilibrium to here, which would decrease the interest rates.